What's going on, everybody? All right, so today let's talk about a few things because we need to address what is going on with this whole situation with James Gunn. And this just came out, and everybody's talking about it, all right, about this whole costume with Henry Cavill as Superman. And, it's just, it's a letdown, honestly. Every time James Gunn does something, it's always something. We're gonna get into it right now. I'll talk about it in a few minutes. So let's pretty much just get into it. Um, Let me know if you can hear me good with the audio before we get started. Just put good. That way I know what's up, so you guys don't miss anything that I'm talking about. So we're gonna get right into it and stuff like that. All right, what up? What up, everybody? All right, Bird. What is it, bro? Turned it into a cheap Halloween costume. Not to mention the new guy doesn't fit well. All right, audio's fine. All right, perfect. All right, so look, let's get into it real quick. What's up to everybody? So just keep dropping your comments. We're gonna keep reading them and stuff like that. All right, so look, before we get into the main topic, let's check this out. All right. So apparently Zachary Levi is launching a new studio. He's blasting Hollywood because there's no creativity. I kind of agree with him because there is no creativity in Hollywood left anymore. And the few directors are not given the proper credit, such as Zack Snyder, David Ayer, Michael Bay. It's just so many talent out there. And, it's just being overlooked and stuff like that. So I found this interesting. I was like, you know what? We got to talk about this real quick. So this is interesting for Zachary Levi. And notice how he's not coming on board with James Gunn. That was supposed to be his quote unquote buddy. Remember that? So, it is what it is, but this is where we're at. All right. Let's move on to the next topic. What's up to everybody? I see y'all. Keep dropping your comments and we're going to keep going and talking about it. All right. So, look, I really want to emphasize and talk about this real quick. This is the reason why I am not down with Matt Reeves. All right. Because Matt Reeves says that Ben Affleck's version of the Batman movie could have been a very exciting movie. All right. When he got the script, he read it, meaning Matt Reeves, and he was like, "Oh, I get it. It was very James Bondian. It was filled with lots of night with set pieces. It could have been a very exciting movie. So why didn't you choose to do it? This is the problem that I have with Matt Reeves because he had the opportunity and he didn't want to move forward with it. He didn't have to do anything with Ben Affleck, but he could have done something with if he already had Robert Pattinson, he could have just said, you know what? We're going to do our thing like we're doing right now, but let it connect and let just that be what Batman's Ben Affleck version was going to be later on. Meaning, leave the door open. If Zach comes back, which we know he's already back here at WB and stuff, it would have opened and expanded more to what we got in DC right now. If they wanted to keep it with the DCU, that's fine. But that could have been in the early days of Ben's career, if you want to say, as Batman, and then connecting and opening the door if Zach comes into the future, like he's mentioned that he wants to do the Dark Knight Returns. And, that's already where in the tone that we've seen that he's dark, he's brute, he's much more badass and stuff like that. So that's the Batman that I prefer. What Matt Reeves is giving us with the Batman, look, I get that some of you fans like it and enjoy it. Good for you. But me, I am not happy with it just because of this right here. Because Matt Reeves had the opportunity to do something and he knew that it was going to be good because he's even saying it. It could have been very exciting. So you pretty much turned your back on the fans. You turned your back on the Snyder, audience, if you want to say, to give us what you're giving us, a ripoff of what Christopher Nolan is doing and has done already with the Dark Knight trilogy. I just don't take Matt's vision serious, and it's already been done too many times. It's just not exciting. It's not fun. I didn't like the Penguin. I gave it a chance. I watched all the episodes, and at the end, when you see the bat signal, it's like now's when this dude finally wakes up. Where's he's been at? Where's Batman been at? Sleeping this whole time? Or like how Joker said with the '89 movie, he's been at home washing his tights. I mean, what the hell happened? You get what I'm saying? You waited 7 episodes or 8 episodes to just at the end tease it with, and quote unquote trying to set up for the Batman 2. Get out of here. Like they're not building it right. And I'm not going to give my ideas just because, you know why? Because I'm not going to give any ideas to anybody when it comes to DC. Because I'm going to tell you right now, I have those solid ideas how they can connect everything and everything will make perfect sense. But I am not going to share my ideas because I'm not going to give my ideas to free for free to help this shitty studio where it's at. Let it keep sinking, honestly. All right, so let's talk with the main topic that we're all here for. All right, this is what's been going around today. Everybody's talking about this right now, and let's just get right into it. All right, so when James Gunn was having auditions for Superman, and let's rewind time. This was back in like 2019, late 2018 when things were going down. That snake was already slithering in the background. Things were already like in the works with him. So they already planned to replace Henry Cavill. And look at what happens. James Gunn says that Tom Brittney, along with David Cornsweet, when they were wearing the costume, they were fitting it to see who was going to get the role. They destroyed Henry Cavill's suit. And look at what James Gunn himself is saying. He goes, yes, Tom messed it up, and then Corn Sweat came in, and he was way too tall, so it just got torn to shreds. By the way, Tom is truly one of my favorite actors. Incredibly talented guy. I don't care about his talent. It's the fact that James Gunn disrespected what Zach had created, and not only that, but how he disrespected Superman. Because if you were to bring in somebody else and they do the same thing to Robert Pattinson's costume, right? And it breaks because somebody's big and they're not going to fit it. Obviously, common sense tells you that it's going to get damaged. And then you're going to have everybody going and losing their minds and they're going to be talking smack. Oh, but why this and why that? And then look at how James Gunn just says it like, yeah, Tom messed it up and then Corn Sweat came in and he was way too tall, so it just got torn to shreds. Being sarcastic, you can hear him just saying, you know what? I don't care. I'm glad that it broke because we're going to replace it. And they're replacing it with this cheap Halloween Party City, like knockoff costume of Superman. This is why I'm telling everybody we're going to get James Gunn at the box office in 2025. When his movie comes out with the trailer soon, get ready to hit the dislike. And I'm encouraging everybody that's listening now and until the trailer releases. And probably by the time you're listening to this, it's already released. Hit that dislike button on it to send the message to James Gunn, David Zaslav, Peter Safran, WB, the executives, the stock investors, everybody at this disgusting company. That's exactly what it is. They allow James Gunn to do everything that he wants and nothing is done about it. But it's okay because we will not forget what he's done to us, you know? And to everybody that keeps on thinking that James Gunn is the solution, joke's on you, clowns. You know why? Because everything after Zack Snyder, under the piss poor leadership, including the Suicide Squad, everything has been flopping left and right, and it keeps on tanking more and more. And I'm glad. You know why? Because this company deserves it. This company does not deserve our money. They don't deserve us being a fan of this company. And honestly, James Gunn has just been sent by Marvel/Disney to destroy everything at DC. And it's working out fine. He's doing just like Ultron with the Avengers, and he's completely destroying everything from the inside out. And this right here proves to you that James Gunn does not care about these characters. He doesn't care about us, the audience. He doesn't care about these characters. He's even said it. James Gunn has confessed and said it. He's like, superheroes are stupid. He doesn't care about them. He's just like whatever about them. But yet this guy is the one running DC Studios. How? Make it make sense. It doesn't make sense. This is why I'm telling everybody when the time comes, when that trailer comes out, probably guessing it's going to come around sometime during Thanksgiving, because we're right now at the time of this recording, November 14, 2024. And we're like probably like 2 weeks away. So don't be surprised if we do get the trailer during what is it, Thanksgiving and stuff like that. But the joke's on the studio, because when those ticket sales do not move next year and they see how the seats are empty, just like we saw with Blue Beetle, the same thing we saw with Joker 2, all of that, it's going to come back and it's going to catch up. It's already caught up to them because WB thought that Joker 2 was going to make them such a big profit. And look at what we did. We, the fans, came together And what we did was incredible because we made Joker go to streaming less than 30 days. Amazing. Just amazing. Now, when it comes to Superman, we're probably going to make a new record because we're going to probably, if not match, 30 days or less for Superman to go straight to streaming on Max. Because I'm going to tell you honestly, at this point, WB and the executives, David Zaslav, and all these clowns have fucked with the wrong ones. And I say it just like that. You know why? Because we, the fans, are fed up. This bullshit needs to stop. And this is how we stop and we win against this shady company. We keep our wallets closed, period. That means don't buy none of the McFarlane toys when it come out for Superman. And don't buy none of the merchandise for that. Don't buy the tickets. None of that. So they can feel the real wrath of us, the fans. And it's just not about the Snyder fans. It's a lot of fans that are upset. And seeing this doesn't help James Gunn one bit. It makes it worse. This is bad publicity because he's even admitting it. He's like, yeah, Tom messed it up, and then Corn Sweat came in, and he was just way too tall, so it just got torn to shreds. You know how sarcastic James Gunn is. This guy's disgusting. He doesn't respect anything. He doesn't respect anyone. All he cares about is trying to feed his ego, and you can hear it and feel it by reading what his response is. And this is recent. This came out within the past 24 hours. So this tells you a lot about James Gunn. And then not only that, but let's be real. With the way the world is right now and things are changing. Look, I'm not gonna get into politics because I'm not into that. But I will say one thing: just know that the woke era has come to an end. I'll leave it at that. Things are about to change in Hollywood, and all that stuff that they wanted to push and promote, it's over. It's over for them. All right. Like I said, I don't talk about politics. That's not my thing. But unfortunately, those things are involved in Hollywood because it influences them. And you can see it. Go do your research and you'll see about that. But one thing I will say is Superman is not going to make the profit, and it's not going to make the return on investment for WB. And the way that the company is right now, with things going down and these rumors popping out left and right that the studio might be sold into parts, I've been calling in, I've been telling y'all for a while. And if you've been following, like I've been telling you, a lot of people are ignoring what I'm about to say. Don't forget, remember that rumor that I said that Universal wants Zach and David Ayer to do alternative DC content for Max. Now let's analyze that. Like I said, why would Universal be having meetings with WB and requesting Zach and David Ayer? And then a few days later, Zach himself is back because they're going to work on that 300 show or whatever it is that they're doing. And David Ayer posted that he's back at WB. Is it coincidence? No. Things are being worked behind the closed doors. We just don't know about it. There's NDAs, non disclosure agreements. They cannot talk about this. They can't confirm it. They can't say nothing. It's the same thing like when Andrew Garfield was like, "Oh, are you gonna be on Spider-Man No Way Home?" And he's like, "Oh, I don't know what you're talking about." But there was images already leaking that he was on the set. So the proof is there. He just can't say yes because of course, they want it to be a surprise for everybody. The same thing with this. Everybody right now is overlooking. Everybody's right now overlooking that rumor. I've been on top of that, and you got to stay close to it. Universal, I feel, is the one that's going to end up either two things: buying WB overall, the whole company, and giving it a massive haul. And they're going to erase and delete everything that's not working. And that includes James Gunn. This is why you see that James Gunn is panicking and he's nervous and he's right now frustrated in the sense that he's trying to cram everything into his Superman movie. In other words, he's trying to turn his Superman movie already into a Justice League International movie. It doesn't work like that. People were complaining when Batman vs. Superman came out because the cast was too much. It was too many characters. No, it wasn't. And then another thing too, while on this topic, a lot of people was like, "Oh well, the DCEU wasn't successful. How come they didn't continue it?" You know why? Very simple. because WB were too scared. They were afraid of Rotten Tomatoes, and they were afraid that they weren't going to get the support like Marvel has been getting all these years. But look at how everything has completely backfired on WB. It's not working with the Marvel formula here at DC. They want to go lighthearted. They want to cram a lot of jokes and comedy. It's not working. It's not working. And then now you have the Penguin that they're trying to go and stay on that dark tone because they have Matt Reeves. Now let's talk about that again. Matt Reeves is not on the side going to be ignored. No, 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 no. Let's hold Matt Reeves accountable also. No more excuses whatsoever. Matt Reeves is going to be working with James Gunn to be doing that dynamic duel. What does that tell you? Two things are going to come from all of this. Matt Reeves is eventually going to have to crack and give in to James Gunn's DCU and be part of it, or he's going to have to walk out because James Gunn is not going to give him the spotlight or the attention, especially now that we're getting to his quote unquote Batman, Brave and the Bold, because eventually James Gunn is just a matter of time that he's about to announce it. Don't think that he doesn't have somebody casted for it. I'm pretty sure he does. And my thought is going to be Chris Pratt. I have a feeling that Chris Pratt is going to be the next Batman for Brave and the Bold. Don't be surprised because Chris Pratt has been roaming around DC Studios lately, and there's pictures floating around on that, and people are ignoring that. See what I'm saying? The same thing like when Justice League was going down. You had Kevin Feige on set, and the same thing with the Suicide Squad. They were looking, they were on set. Why would you have your competitors on set? Makes no sense, right? And that's what's going to happen. Two things are going to come from this. Like I said, either Universal's going to acquire all of WB overall and they're just going to buy everything and they're just waiting for the right moment to buy it. Because now the stocks are starting to go up for WB slowly. They're at like 9 something, but still they're low. Now, if you compare it to Netflix to Disney, I mean, Netflix is like $700 and something cents. Same thing with Disney. They're in the high, but like over like 300 or whatever share. But then WB is at $9. So they're still low. Yes, it's starting to go a little bit up, but it's not enough. They're more in debt than they are in the green. And that's hurting them. It's already caught up. This is why it's very important and very critical for James Gunn to impress everybody with Superman. But he's not. Because when you see things like this, disrespecting us, the fans, the consumer, the audience, think about it. James Gunn's response is insulting you. You, the one that's listening, the one that's watching and reading this. He doesn't respect you. He doesn't care about you. He doesn't care about none of us. And he's like, yeah, Tom messed it up. And then Cornsway, yeah, he came in and he tore it to shreds. That's an insult. But then don't forget also, I get it. There's more costumes on set and, they don't just have one. But it's the fact that they ripped it apart and here he is mocking it, making fun of it. Like, hey, it is what it is. Okay, it is what it is. Then it is what it is at the box office when we make your movie tank. And it's going to flop harder than Joker 2. It is what it is when we, the audience, the fans, the consumer, dislike your trailer and you get more dislikes than you do with the likes. The same like we do with Disney, with Star Wars, and all of these other, you know, garbage shows that they've been trying to put out and nobody's caring about it. People hit the dislike more because that tells you that we are not happy. The same thing is going on with the studio. There's a lot of completely you don't even have words to say because it's a mess. That's how sloppy this company is. WB has gotten so out of control that David Zaslav has no idea what he's doing. And rumor has it, like I told y'all, the rumor is that David Zaslav wants to sell by the end of this year. So what do we have now? We're barely in November 14 to December 14. That's a month and probably like 3 weeks. So we have less than 2 months, right? Less than 60 days. David Zaslav is trying to sell WB so he can cash in and walk out. I don't blame him. You know why? He has no idea what he's doing. Second of all, it's too much to repair. He has no experience with this. He just thought, oh, I'm gonna buy WB and that's it. I'm gonna fix everything. And no, you're just not giving the customer what they want. That's the problem. Nobody asked for James Gunn to be in charge. Nobody said go ahead and replace Henry Cavill. Nobody said, yeah, let's go with a reboot. We've been telling you from the beginning, continue the Snyderverse, release the air cut, and we're good. But WB is so stubborn they completely ignore us. And by them ignoring us and giving us the cold shoulder and turning their back on us, they're spitting in our face. You, the one that's listening, wherever you are around the world, wherever you're at right now, you're probably at work, you're probably in the car, you're probably at home, hell, you're probably on the toilet taking a shit. Wherever you are right now, James Gunn does not respect you. He doesn't care about you. David Zaslav doesn't care about you. Peter Safran doesn't care about you. But then they care about your money. Then they want your money. Oh, right there, yeah, that's when you care, you matter, right? It doesn't work like that. I, as a fan, as a DC fan, as a true consumer, because I buy their products, enough is enough. My wallet is closed, and you should do the same thing. We made history with Joker 2. Joker 1 made a billion. Joker 2 did not make a billion. It's already on streaming. That's how bad that shit is. And that's how we're going to do with James Gunn's Superman. When that shit releases in 2025, those ticket sales are going to be on the ground. And not only that, we're going to make James Gunn's Superman go straight to streaming less than 30 days. If you think Joker 2 was bad, oh, get ready because Superman with James Gunn is the final nail in the coffin. And this is what's going to bring down the studio. They thought, WB thought, that them replacing the Snyderverse and giving us the cold shoulder and moving to, oh, let's go with Matt Reeves, let's go with James Gunn, let's go with this and let's go with that. Oh, so that's how you guys want to play? That's fine. You guys want to play dirty? We'll play disgusting. And this is how we're winning. So to everybody that didn't go and watch a DC movie recently, congrats. Bravo. You're doing a fantastic job. I'm congratulating you on that. You know why? Because our voice matters and our actions matter. And WB is in deep shit and they know it. They are so fucked and they know that they are. And this is why David Zaslav is trying to sell the company because he's trying to cash in now to walk away with a fat ass check and be like, you know what? Not my problem anymore. It was never your problem to begin with. That's the problem because he came on board saying that he was going to make change. He was going to do this. He was going to do that. What has he done since he took over? He's just made this company go into almost bankrupt. That's how it continues to go down more and more every time. This is why it's sickening to see how these nasty, disgusting James Gunn followers are. They're so hypocritical in the sense of, well, we approve this, but we don't approve that. So it's okay to do all these perverted, sick jokes, right? Raunchiness and all this perverted stuff, but it's not okay for quality, right? It's okay for James Gunn to slap a R-rated label without a problem, but it's a crime and it's a sin for Zack Snyder to add a R-rated when originally it was supposed to be released with Batman vs Superman, with David Ayer's Suicide Squad, and with Zack Snyder's Justice League. Oh, that's a problem, right? But it's okay for shitty James Gunn to go ahead and, hey, you got the green light. You do whatever you want, James. No, it doesn't work like that. You have to remember, in the end, your fans do not forget. Your fans will hold that against you. And that's what we've been doing. Enough is enough. We've come together. We're united and we're defeating this company. We got the Snyder cut. Don't come here and tell me, oh, well, they didn't have anything else to stream. They have plenty of stuff that they could stream. It's just that they were tired of hearing us and they finally had to give in. And then on top of that, they were like, you know what? Let's make some money off of it. Yeah, because you got subscribers from it. But then what happened? Now you've lost those subscribers. They're all over at Netflix. And why? Because the majority of the fan base that support David, was his David Ayer and Zack Snyder, we're over there at Netflix now. So why should I give my hard-earned money to a company that doesn't give two shits about me? I'm going to give it to Netflix because Netflix is quality. Netflix respects the customer. Netflix listens to the fans. And in the end, Netflix gives what the fans want. We wanted Rebel Moon Part 2, we got it. They gave us the clean cut and they gave us the R-rated cut. Pick and choose which is the one you want to enjoy. That's up to you. Same thing with WB. It didn't work with the Marvel formula when we got Justice League. That movie is terrible. But then you see the quality, what could have been, and they probably would have been sitting on top of the throne right now, and Marvel would have been on their feet below them. How? Because right now we could have had Justice League 1, 2, and 3. Meanwhile, what's Disney doing? They're already moving to phase 6 in their MCU. And DC still hasn't have a clue on what they want to do. And James Gunn isn't going to fix it. James Gunn is not the solution. How can I take him serious when he's coming out with reports like this and admitting to it? He doesn't respect the characters. He thinks superheroes are stupid. But he's the one running DC Studios? How? How? Explain to me how. How is this moron in charge of this company? This company that has the biggest IPs of all history. It's so big that you see knockoff toys and knockoff merchandise with the Avengers, and they put Batman and they put Superman because those bootleggers don't know the difference of Marvel and DC. But they know that Batman and Superman are two big heroes. So they're like, screw it, just put it in there. I guess they're Marvel. See what I'm saying? You don't see that with Marvel, but you see that with DC because these are iconic characters. Everybody knows who Superman is. You don't even have to tell them. They already know who that is. You know what that S is. Oh, that's Superman. You know what that bat is. That's Batman. That W, that's Wonder Woman. Yeah, Iron Man. People are gonna be like, I think I don't know who the hell is that. See what I'm saying? They're not iconic the same how they are at DC. And this right here brings it to what I've been focusing and I've been telling everybody. Don't be surprised once the trailer comes out for Superman from James Gunn if they disable the dislike button because they're going to try to do that bullshit. They're going to try to silence people so we don't hit the dislike. I'm telling y'all, don't be surprised. I'm already calling that. I've been saying it for a while because James Gunn knows the backlash he's about to get. That Superman movie is going to be a joke. It's going to be an embarrassment. It's going to be woke and it's going to be everything opposite of what Superman stands for. You will see. They're going to make Superman a complete joke. They're going to put him below Lois Lane and they're going to make Lois Lane like she's the main hero of this movie. You're going to see. You can't expect nothing good from James Gunn. And to all you toxic James Gunn followers, I'm gonna tell you this very clear. Fuck off. I'm tired of y'all. Always coming here trying to prove a pointless point. My opinions are my opinions and I stand firm on them. If you don't if you can't accept it and you can't deal with it, that's your problem. But when it comes to what we the fans are doing, we're making change. This company knows that we're out here. This company hears us. They see us every day. This is why I tell everybody the same thing. Keep on fighting for restore the Snyderverse. You're not going to hear me say the all these other hashtags. No. It's not that I'm against them. It's like I've been telling y'all. It's too many hashtags. I know there's a trending event coming this weekend. I'm not going to honestly like talk about it because I'm not interested in that right now. The goal is to get the Snyderverse restored, whether it's with whoever, whether it's with Netflix, whether it's with Universal, whether it's with Comcast, whether it's with whoever the hell wants to buy them, because they know that there's a huge demand. So they're gonna want to invest, spend money, and give fans so they can get money back. It only makes sense. This is why Netflix is investing in Zach and everything that he's doing. Right now, we know that Zach is about to start filming that UFC movie or something like that. I'm not into UFC, but I'm gonna check out the movie because, of course, that's Zack Snyder. The same thing with David Ayer and all his movies that he puts out and stuff like that. But when it comes to James Gunn, wallets closed. Keep those wallets closed, because all these toxic James Gunn supporters and all the little cult that he has, because it's not a large following, they're the minority and they know it. This is why they continue to keep on saying, give James Gunn a chance. Give him a chance. I already gave him two chances. I gave him a chance with The Suicide Squad, and it flopped at the box office. I gave him a chance with Peacemaker, and it flopped. How? Nobody is enjoying that show, and they're giving us fake reviews. All of those, oh, all these people are watching it, and look at how desperate he is. Notice this. Notice this. Check this out. James Gunn is promoting Peacemaker season 2 that's coming out in August 2025. That's a year from now, almost a year from now. But how come he's not doing the same thing for his Superman that's coming up? Oh, think about that. How come they haven't started the marketing on that? How come he's not really talking about it? Because he knows and he doesn't believe in his own product. His own Superman movie is going to tank. In his little delusional mind, he's thinking that's the greatest thing that he's ever done. He's like, this is going to be the best thing that I've ever done. No, wrong. When we, the fans, see your work, you better impress us. That's it. That's all I gotta say. Impress us. Like, if you've seen, what is it? Transformers. I think it was the second or the third one, when Witwicky was talking to the guy who was trying to get a job. I think it was the third one, and the guy's trying to hire him, and he's like, I've done shit for you. You don't know. And he's like, all right, impress me. And he's like, all right, I'm a badass, whatever. He's like, impress me. That's what I tell James Gunn. Impress us. Impress us. But you're not. You know why? Because your costume is shitty. Your cast is shitty. Your talent is shitty. And everything that you stand for is trash. That's exactly what we're going to get. We're going to get a Superman that's going to be a knockoff of Guardians of the Galaxy, mixed with the Suicide Squad, with sprinkled with raunchiness and pervertedness and everything that the weird mind of James Gunn promotes. And notice how James Gunn is cleaning his hands slowly from Creature Commandos, because he knows he probably showed it to somebody and they gave him the honest feedback and be like, this is going to be bad. And from what I've heard, there's a rumor. I've heard some people that they've already seen Creature Commandos and they're not impressed. People are not happy with that. And these are early reviews. But notice how you don't hear that. How come? Because they're trying to silence them for marketing. And that's why I'm here, to expose these clowns, to put them on blast, so you, the audience, the fans, the consumer, are aware of it. Because they're going to try to lure you in to pay them to watch more trash. Nobody asked for Creature Commandos. Who asked for Creature Commandos? Who was like, you know what we need? We need Creature Commandos. Who's that? Nobody knows. To this day, I don't even know. I'm not familiar with it. And nor am I even interested in it. And that's how you should feel also. Don't support this company anymore. Hold your money and keep those wallets closed. All of their merchandise, like when we saw with I can't remember right now. Oh, Eternals. When Marvel put out the Eternals, they thought they were gonna be, oh, it's gonna be the best thing and this and that, right? And where did most of their merchandise went? It's sitting overstocked at all these stores that people are still not even buying. Even on clearance, upon clearance, people don't want to buy them. Not even at $5. I've seen James Gunn's The Suicide Squad in the DVD racks with the $5 clearance bin, and they still don't sell. The next stop is the landfill where they throw away the trash. That's where they're gonna go to get completely destroyed. You saw the video. If you haven't seen this, it's still on my feed from my shorts. The merchandise squad is still sitting at my Walmart. It's been over 2 years and it's going to almost 3 years. I just saw it again the other day and it's still sitting in the same spot. Nobody wants to buy it. You know why? Because it doesn't sell. But you know what does sell? Zack Snyder's products. Look at this. When New York Comic Con just passed a few weeks ago, they announced, oh, go ahead and order right now. Weasel, the statue, I think the 1/6 statue, it still hasn't sold out. But the moment they announced Ben Affleck's Batman, sold out. Till this day, sold out everywhere. See the difference? Zack Snyder products sell. The Snyderverse stuff sells. How come James Gunn's Weasel is still up there for sale, for pre-order? Because nobody wants that. That's why. That's the difference. See what I'm saying? That's why in the end, WB is going to have to learn the financial hard way with us, the fans, because we are the consumer. You, the one that's listening, you're the consumer. You're the fan. You know what you like. You know what you're going to support. And in the end, you are going to buy what you want to buy. This is why I am proud and happy to see. And it's not only about the Snyderverse fans. I'm talking about in general how the real DC fans did not support Joker 2, did not support Aquaman 2, did not support Shazam 2, did not support Blue Beetle, did not support all these movies that have been coming out under James Gunn's leadership. I wish I could be more positive, but the numbers don't lie. They don't lie. And this is where is the fun part. You can't come here and tell me that everything that James Gunn has been putting out, Matt Reeves has been putting out, is making money and that it's being successful. No, it's not. Oh, wow. So the Penguin had 5.4 million viewers. Big deal. That's nothing. They might be like, oh, wow, everybody's watching it. You know why? Because there's nothing else. There's no Game of Thrones. There's no The Last of Us. There's no Marvel projects. There's nothing interesting. People are bored, so of course they're going to watch it. And then they take too long to patch and try to make the things connect. And like I said, I have the ideas to how and fix this universe, if you want to call it, with DC, all this shit that's going on with them. But I will not put my ideas out there because I'm sitting back watching how everything goes into oblivion with this company. And you should too. You know why? Because for years we've supported this company. For years we've been giving them money. Enough is enough. I didn't watch Aquaman 2. That's Jason Momoa. All right, he's from the Snyderverse. And that doesn't mean anything. That movie is not part of the Snyderverse. The first one, yes, not the second one. So why should I go and watch it? Shazam 2? And which one was the other? Blue Beetle? I watched them shits online. Real talk. I saw those online. And that's how we need to watch if you're going to watch Superman. Don't go out there and spend $20, $30, especially on IMAX, to go watch a shitty movie that you know is going to be trash. No. Why? Go spend it on something else. Enjoy it on something else. James Gunn doesn't deserve our money, nor does he deserve us as fans. Nah. And this company wants to keep screwing around with us. And this is how we come out victorious. And it's funny how now that we're on the topic, how a lot of people like to say, "Oh, you're so delusional. Oh, your Snyderverse isn't coming back." Let me talk to you morons real quick and show you the facts. With James Gunn, it continues to sink, and it will continue to sink until it goes into oblivion, until it goes bankrupt. This is where this company is heading. With Zack Snyder and Netflix, they're winning. Their stocks are high, profits are high, subscribers are high, everything is in the green. Shit doesn't go on clearance, it keeps selling. But with James Gunn, everything that he's been putting under his poor leadership, nothing has been making money. On the contrary, WB has been throwing more money away. They lost money with the Flush. They lost money with Blue Beetle. They lost money with the Batman because the Batman didn't make $1 billion like they thought, and it didn't surpass Batman versus Superman. Batman versus Superman made 800, almost 900 million. The Batman only made like what, 770 million. It didn't work. And the Batman 2, if we even get there, if, big if, don't be surprised if it doesn't happen, honestly. I'm telling you, I see in the long run, Universal is the one that's going to acquire WB overall. That's what I think. This is just my point of view. I think that Universal is the one that's just gonna say, you know what, we're gonna end up buying this whole company, and we're gonna milk the shit out of it. Good. We need somebody. We need somebody like that. You need somebody that's going to take charge and do something about these characters. Do something for the fans. Someone that will really give us quality. And I know Universal is all about that. Universal's not on that bullshit like WB. They're not on that. They're about making money. They have theme parks. They have the Fast Saga. They have Jurassic World. They want to make more money. You imagine that they acquire WB? Huh, the possibilities are endless. The money is going to just flow like a river. Just come in. That's it. With James Gunn, he's gonna be the first one to be fired, and then after him, Peter Safran. And the thing is, with Peter Safran, here's another fun fact. Apparently, sometime in 2025, late, I think his contract is going to be up. So rumor has it that he's going to be stepping down. This is why is another reason James Gunn is rushing his projects. Of course, because he has Peter Safran backing him up right now. Now, when Peter Safran steps away and he's done and no longer at WB, who's going to back up James Gunn, especially with all these flops that have been coming out? Because don't think that these flops ain't going to come back again. They're going to come to surface again. You imagine being an investor and you're investing your money, you've been investing for the past 5, 6 years, and you finally have a meeting with James Gunn. Picture this. All of a sudden, let's just say there's a handful of investors, probably like maybe 10, because they're high rollers. And all of a sudden they're like, hey James, all right, so Peter's no longer in the picture, and we want to know what you're gonna do. And then he presents all this trash to them. And they're like, you know what? We're done with you. We don't want to back you up anymore because you haven't been making us money. You didn't make us money since the beginning that you came on board with the Suicide Squad up to wherever and whatever project that he's going to be at. Probably by the time it's going to be Supergirl, those investors are pissed. Even if you were to invest, let's just say you invest $1,000. Sure, to some people, $1,000 is like that ain't nothing. That's like $100 to me. Okay, good. Congrats if you got money like that to throw out. But imagine to the investors that are spending $1 million, $5 million, $100 million. How do you think they feel? Especially with all the flops that they've been seeing in 2023. Shazam 2, Black Adam, Blue Beetle, The Flash. Remember the Flash? Costed them 300 million. But where's the results? It didn't make back that money. Joker 2 costed them a lot of money. Where's that return on investment? It's not there. It's not there. What are they going to do? Those investors are going to be dropping like flies. And they're going to be like, you know what? Why should we keep on investing with you when you're not even making us money? That's why, in the end, when all of that piles up, don't think that whoever is going to come on board is going to buy a company with debt and not look it over. You think they're going to sit there and they're going to be like, you know what? Let's look at the records. All right, and this year you made this much, you cost us this much, you keep costing us this. Let's keep going down the receipt. Oh wow, so you cost us all this money all these years. And what do you have to show for it? Not enough. You couldn't even make half of what we've already invested in you. What do you think that those investors are going to stay and that new ownership is going to keep whoever's in charge? No. They're going to do you like a normal job. They're going to replace you. They're going to fire you and they're going to replace you. You know why? Because in the end, it's always about numbers. It's about making money. And with this studio, WB, they're in the situation that they are because they've allowed it. They've allowed the mess that they're in. They should have let Zach do what he was doing. They could have been capitalizing right now. WB could have been right now enjoying and making money on HBO Max. You imagine that? Picture this. Picture this. Let's flip the coin. Imagine Universal, I mean, not Universal, Warner Brothers or Disney, right? They both have streaming services. If either or would have said yes to Rebel Moon, you imagine that? How the table would have turned on Netflix? If Netflix would have never said, "Hey, you know what? Let's go and do Rebel Moon. It sounds interesting." Let's say Disney would have been like, "You know what? Let's go ahead and add that on to Star Wars. Let's make the fans happy. Let's give them something new and different." Or what if Warner Brothers would have said, "You know what? Rebel Moon, that sounds interesting. What if we bring it in and introduce it at some point to do some type of crossover with Dune?" Oh, that would have been amazing. But now both Disney and Warner Brothers are sitting on the side crying because they missed out because they turned Zack Snyder down with Rebel Moon. But meanwhile, Netflix is banking, gaining subscribers, and winning. And we, the fans, are enjoying and feasting off of it. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful win. It's a victory for us. So, therefore, the Snyderverse lives. You have to be delusional to say, "Oh, well, it's not working with Zack Snyder because he's not there anymore." Okay, he's not there at DC at the moment. He'll be back, and he's already back because we're about to kick it with that 300 that's going to be on Max soon. We'll be hearing about that very soon. Trust me. We're probably going to be hearing something in December, probably in January, just because, the holidays are here and stuff like that. So they're probably going to surprise us with something before the end of the year. I guarantee that. And then Netflix is winning. And then Disney is losing subscribers. Their stocks are kind of going down. And their shows, don't even get me started. See what I'm saying? But then Netflix is enjoying because they're capitalizing, they're making money. And Netflix doesn't have to report to nobody. They're like, "Yo, we're making money. That's all we care about." That's how it should be. That's the whole point of a company. The same thing when products and merchandise come out. When products and merchandise come out from a brand, you're going to support it or you're not going to support it. Look at the video game industry right now. That's another topic. But look at the video game industry. It's also being affected. And why? Because they're not listening to us, the fans. We've been telling them we want this, we want that, change this, add that, don't do this, but they continue to do the opposite. We say no, they say yes. We say yes, they say no. Okay, there you go. You reap what you sow. That's it. It's finally caught up to WB. And I'm glad, honestly. I'm glad. Because when is this stubborn studio going to realize that we, the fans, have been right all along? We've been trying to help you for years, and you keep on being stubborn. We asked for the Snyder Cut for a long time, and we finally have it. And the same way we didn't give up for that is the same way we should not give up for Restore the Snyderverse and release the Air Cut. It's crazy. It's crazy. That's why I was like, you know what? This is something that has to be talked about. We really, really need to look into this because you can see it. Look at James Gunn saying, yes, they messed it up, meaning Tom and David. It just got torn to shreds. That's it. He's just like, yeah, yeah, I got torn to shreds. I mean, it is what it is. And then look at what he. Oh, by the way, Tom is one of my favorite actors. Incredibly talented guy. He's so talented that I don't even know what movie he's in right now. That's how talented he is, right? There's nobody. There's nobody right here. I mean, I don't know who he is, honestly. Nor do I care. After reading this, that tells us everything. We'll get you at the box office, James Gunn. Enjoy your little 5 minute of fame right now. We'll get you with your trailer comes out. We're gonna hit that shit with the dislike. And at the box office, that's where you're really gonna feel the wrath of us because you're gonna see how we the fans come together and us united. You never faced us like you're about to face us, and you know it. And all you James Gunn supporters know that we will stop at nothing. We destroyed, and we're gonna destroy everything of James Gunn. It's not stopping. It's only going more and more. But yeah, this is something we had to talk about. Appreciate y'all for being here. So I'll take like a minute or two, read some comments, and see where we where we at with this and stuff like that. So drop your comments so I can see them. It's pretty wild, huh? It's pretty insane. Crazy. I tell you, and it's wild. Every day something new comes out, it's like what's next, you know? What's next with the studio? It's crazy, you know? And some of you might be like, why you get so worked up about it? It's not that I get worked up. It's just that one, I'm a fan. Two, I care about them. You know, I care about WB. I like them. I like them bad. I prefer them to it's just, you know, we just have to enjoy this hobby, you know. But it's kind of hard when you have this thing with the studio. It's just wild. It's really wild. It's like sometimes there's no words to describe how messy, you know, like this entertainment has become. And it's wild. It's wild, you know. And you know, telling you guys honestly, like like I said real quick, the the, the woke era has come to an end. Just know that things are about to change in Hollywood and this whole entertainment business. And hopefully these movies go back to being great again. And I see that there's a shift that's coming, you know, this whole industry. Because right now the video game industry is completely down the drain. The movie industry is down the drain. You know, the comic book industry is down the drain. I mean, you even have right now Japan like reaching to the point where it's like, yo, help us out, because they're trying to also make manga and anime go woke, and it's not going to happen. You know, we know they don't roll with that, so it's crazy, you know. But good entertainment will make a comeback. You know, things are going to shift, things are going to change, and you know, it's crazy. You know, it's really wild. All right, the audio is glitching. It's probably the signal, because I see like the signal that I'm at right now. It's kind of going up and down, so it's probably the app that's acting stuff like that. But yeah, so I appreciate y'all for watching. You know, drop your comments, hit that subscribe, all that good stuff, and you know, uh, again, you know, thank y'all for watching. You know, it's always very important to see how everybody, you know, interacts and stuff like that. But this was something we had to talk about, and I felt that it was necessary. But y'all have a good one. Keep posted, and I'll catch you on the next video. All right then.